Okay, I wanted to do a recap of a whole bunch of shit. I got to go back over some stuff. And what I wanted to talk about was I made a video not too while back about called Endgame. You know, the end game for the Owls and what they want to do. And I got to make some adjustments to it because I come across some new information. And it seems a little bit more simple, but it's pretty crazy. And what I wanted to talk about was first I wanted to show some videos, old ones. This one's from 1995, and this has to do with mind control and what they were doing back then, extreme low frequency waves. Take a look at this.
Using the appropriate fields, we can induce fear and apprehension, but clearly that would be unethical in that setting.
Dr. Persinger's tests suggest that carefully programmed electromagnetic frequencies can tap into individual brains and influence people's emotions.
The cognitive processes of the human brain are really quite simple, and if you understand how they work, you can make entire populations think and decide the manner in which you wish.
Many experts are skeptical of such an Orwellian scenario, but Persinger thinks the implications are chillingly real.
Suppose you generate a field that produces fear, fundamental fear, in large numbers of people. And then, over the television, more traditional ways, you say, the reason we're having this fear is because of this particular group. And now you start to move the population believing in a direction that you wish.
If the human mind and will become the battleground of the future, War 2020 may be won without so much as a whimper, let alone a bang.
I got a kick out of it where he says War 2020. This is back in 1985. I guess we're off just a little bit. Hear me out. So they're explaining how they could use ELF waves to control the population. It goes on to show that they could do it through satellites, through airplanes, with these devices attached to them, and steering the population. Now, they gave us a whole bunch of hints back then, but I don't think they had that technology just ready yet for what they really wanted to do. They had to, because humans can adapt. We can adapt to some crazy shit, right? And I think they had to do a lot of tests in the population to see who they could mind control, right? And that brings us to the next video on the testing of the public.
This one began when I got a call from a doctor. Dr. Terry Robertson was seeing a lot of patients with the same problem. And the diagnosis led to me. What can I do for you?
Well, I've been collaborating with some other physicians and some former DoD scientists that have been looking at citizen complaints that they may be being subjected to what's known as psychotronic weapons and biocommunication technologies. The complaints seem to be increasing. I've specifically been working with one self-reported group of over 1,000 what are called targeted individuals.
Targeted individuals. Define that for me. What is a targeted individual?
This is a moniker that these people have put upon themselves. They believe that they are specifically targeted.
Targeted individuals. They're the ones who say they're being harassed and tortured by voices in their heads. The ones who are mocked as people in tinfoil hats. These aren't just crazy people. These are regular citizens who feel they're being targeted.
This is a highly educated group. Over 50% of them have a college degree. Over 12% have postgraduate degrees. Highly educated people.
How could they do this to thousands of people at one time?
Well, Governor, that's why I came to you, is to help find those people that could answer that.
Gwen, the Ground Wave Emergency Network. Dozens of antenna towers across the United States, built in the late 1980s for military communication. These Cold War relics may have been re-weaponized, targeting you and me.
What would be the government's purpose for doing this?
Absolute control.
Mind control of their own people.
Yes.
And
Absolute control.
World domination strategy. Control of the population from subconsciously to consciously.
And now we've got a motive. Controlling dissenters, controlling the world, controlling you and me. They're not crazy. Remember that. These people who hear voices in their heads, who say they're being harassed by the government, a lot of them aren't crazy.
Okay, so that was the second video, and we're talking about Gwen towers. Like they said, they've been around for a while. And I think they were using these to test on the population, to see what they could do. Voices in their head, cause them to feel like they're going crazy, hurt them, send pains into them, make them think they're going crazy, affecting their body physically with these waves. Now, of course, it upped its game as soon as the 5G towers and the cell towers came out. And we got the 5G, which is even a more advanced system than Gwen for this type of stuff, right? And in the beginning, it was HARP, right? HARP can do this. When I use the term HARP technology, I don't just mean the HARP in Alaska, in Gakona, Alaska. There are many different HARP facilities around the world with many applications that it uses. One of them is mind control, affecting the brain, affecting people. The other is weather manipulation, all sorts of earthquakes, all that types of shit. So what I wanted to say about this part was there's a lot of targeted individuals out there, and there's been so many stories of people telling people that they're not crazy, something's wrong with me. The government is doing something to me. They're smart enough to realize that they're not crazy. They know that they're being harassed, right? And these were tests to see if these people could handle it, if they know what was going on, right? And this type of shit has been done all over the place. It's done in concerts. It's done in sports games, right? You're telling me that you don't think they've used this type of technology after a sports game when the losers in a city riot the city? They literally go bonkers just because their sports team lost? No. These waves or beams were amplifying their emotions, their anger. And so they acted out on this anger because it overwhelmed them. Sure, alcohol, drugs, that shit's involved. But I mean, these waves, they're doing it to people. So, if you watched my last videos on how the vaccinated now have this nanotechnology inside them, right? And the parasites, and I talk about the owl's eggs, interdimensional beings' eggs, these things that are inside them as well. And from my understanding, these organisms are somehow linked to controlling the nanotechnology inside the people from the interdimensional beings, right? Now, this technology in my other video was connected to this. We have Starlink with many thousands of satellites, right? This says 12,000. Their goal is to put 30 or 40,000 up there. Yeah, 30 plus. And they want global coverage of this. They use the excuse of this to be internet on the entire planet, right? But this here is an advanced HARP, Gwen, cellular signal, okay? Now these waves and beams that they're going to be shooting down at the people with the nanotechnology inside them is going to cause the people to go crazy. It's gonna, the whole purpose of this is to control the people, to mind control the people, to control their emotions. In the first video I showed you, it shows how they want to steer a population and give a scenario, right? Like, say they wanted to start a war, but they need everybody in on it, right? So these devices are covering the entire planet. And now with billions of people with this nanotechnology inside them, they're going to have control over most of the people. They never had this before. They didn't have these many people that they're going to have under their thumb. And this interdimensional race wants to cause fear. They want to cause fear. They want to play with your emotions. They want to control your mind. They want to feed off of this. It's called loosh. These things feed off of fear, right? And if people are fighting, they feed off of that. If people die, they feed on them on the other side. This is some crazy shit, okay? Now, I talk about how AI is the alien intelligence, interdimensional intelligence, right? I've gone over that over and over and over again, trying to get that message through to as many people as I can. The thing about this is, this nanotechnology and this interdimensional intelligence is going to be working through the people, right? Starlink and Starshield have a couple different functions, from my understanding. One is the net, which I talk about, the last net. The other is controlling the mind and controlling the people, taking control of them. Now, how this is going to play out is, it was funny because I come across this video and its relevance now from a movie I watched back in, I think, 2002, right? It's so relevant now that it explains it so perfectly.
And could enter.
Doctor, if the artificial intelligence in the arms is as advanced as you suggest, couldn't that make you vulnerable to them?
How right you are. Which is why I developed this inhibitor chip to protect my higher brain function. It means I maintain control of these arms, instead of them controlling me. Something in my head. Something talking. The inhibitor chip. Gone. Rebuild. No. Peter was right. I miscalculated. I couldn't have miscalculated. It was working, wasn't it? Yes.
Now, that scene there explains how they're going to kind of like affect the people. Alien intelligence taking control of your mind. I even got a kick out of, the arms. They make them so creepy, right? And they make them look evil. This artificial intelligence is freaking evil in the movie, right? You know, what gets him to do some pretty horrible, mean, nasty shit. So, yeah, it's just another hint they gave us somehow. The reason I made this video, the reason I wanted to explain this is because some of the things I put together, the theory is that they're going to put these things in. I mean, they're going to do this soon. I'm pretty sure this shit's going to be activated. It has to be activated soon. Things are put in place. The old system, as they say, is being knocked down. You know, Trump's the president of the United States now. They're uncovering all this stuff. Trump's becoming the hero. Musk is the hero as well, right beside him, uncovering all this bad stuff, stating that they're taking down the New World Order, right? They can take down as many people as they want out of those leads because they're nothing. Half of them are seated. Some of them are snake people. You know, these things are, a lot of these people are controlled. They can take them out. It doesn't matter. They got the new guys in. They switch bodies, suits. It's all a big fucking show. And we're just, you know, it's a fucking gigantic, crazy horror science fiction show made out to be looking like a drama, right? It's nuts. Okay. Anyways, I got to get past that. So, back to Trump. They're selling us on the AI right now. The new mRNA, AI intelligence, the best in the world. Elon Musk is doing something tonight with his Grok 3. And then that was supposed to be at 8 o'clock tonight, probably right now at this moment, or just a few hours ago. And then we got the billions of dollars they're putting into the new AI for medical. They said medical reasons. Yeah, okay, bullshit. We know what it's for. And then the AI inside the Starlink satellites, like I said, controlled by the interdimensional beings. And I wanted to show you an image what I got right here. This is what I wanted to put up. And the reason I made this image is because he's playing the hero, but he's the villain of the story. Let's just say I know he is a controlled person, exactly the way this Doc Ock is controlled. That's why I created this image. And he's going to sell everybody that this is the greatest warp speed 2 that's going to happen. There's more to it than just the doom and gloom that I'm talking about in all of this. I made a video about a few months ago, and I'm explaining what I call the one's light, or the prime source's light. I explain in this video how to use it as a defense weapon. And I use it myself against HARP technology. And it works for me. It stopped the problems that I was having because I was being attacked. I got to let this out, and I just want people to know. I started getting attacked by these things before 2020. I made a video on that too, explaining that they attacked me with HARP ham waves, these frequencies, on a daily basis. I didn't get the voices in my head, nothing like that. But what I did get was physical problems. I started getting brain fog. I started getting heart uncontrollable heart rate patterns. And I went to the doctor, and nobody knew what the hell was going on with me, and they made up some bullshit story, and it could be this, it could be that. Then I discovered how to use the light, the one's light. And when I started doing that, the attacks dissipated slowly. And I learned how to do it to protect myself. And I've been doing that now for like 4.5 years, at least. And it works. Exactly the way it works. It stops these frequencies from bothering me. Right? I'm able to stop them from interfering with me and the people around me. And I've taught other people how to do it, and it's helped them as well. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that in the future, if they decide to turn this shit on, or when they're going to turn it on, and when they're going to want to cause havoc, make people get afraid, fear, angry, and maybe want to start a war and get people all riled up and freaked out and doing things that they not normally would do. Maybe, just maybe, you guys can learn how to use the light I learned. And if more people know how to use it, then possibly we could stop a lot of the frequencies from happening. I'm just one person, and I possibly believe that if 5,000 people were using the light, 10,000 people were using the light, this could stop the frequencies that they're using on everybody else. At least I'm hoping that could work. Look for my video. It's on Rumble. It's on Facebook. And it's called The One's Light. And I explain how to use this light in that video. I know it sounds goofy. I know it sounds crazy. But it works. It works for me. So, let's just say I heard along the grapevine that when this does happen, the target will be in the north. The target is in the north. So when this happens, when all hell breaks loose and the crazy shit starts going down, if you learn this, how to use the light, throw it in the north and explode it in the north. I know I sound crazy. I know it, but something deep down in my gut tells me to let people know, and to hopefully this will help. And what it's really simple to do. You know, it's not hard. And, you know, keep it in the back of your mind. Watch my video and think I'm crazy. But if shit goes down, then at least you'll know what to do if you watch my video on the light. If you watch it, learn it, and use it. And maybe some of you that already are getting attacked like me can use it to help yourself as well from having these waves and beams bother you and hurt you. That's it for now. If I get any more information, I'll make another video.